Business credit or personal credit leverage as a personal guarantor. What is the fastest and most effective route to advancing your access to capital when it comes to starting or growing or developing your business? A lot of mud being slung back and forth within the finance industry on what route you should go when it comes to this topic. As a banker, a financial services professional, those of you who watch the channel already know I do this day in and day out, not just as a finance YouTuber who's doing well personally, but I actually do this for my career path. I just recently sat on a panel for an event at my corporate job where, we were collaborating with other professionals in the financial services industry. And we had an audience, obviously, who asked a lot of questions around this topic. There's so much marketing around this concept of being able to build out a business credit profile and follow these certain steps to be able to exonerate yourself as a personal guarantor and remove yourself from, basically liability or, being held liable if things go wrong or there's a defaulting on access to capital that you gain. Let me be the first to tell you, the next to tell you, the last to tell you, that is absolute bullshit. It's BS. It's not true that you can just build out this perfect little business credit profile and this perfect entity structure, and soon as you touch the ground after you get so many trade lines and a certain paydex score, that you're not going to be held liable or lenders are not going to want you to put your name behind your business. Lenders are well aware of something that's very, very simple but very powerful. They want to make sure that they get access to their money and get their money back that they lend out, regardless if your business is successful or not. This is where you as a personal guarantor come in. Lenders understand that a business is only as good as its operators. That is not going anywhere. Unless you're rolling in tens of millions of dollars a year, maybe at that point in time, the business is identifiable, large enough, scalable, easily researched as other data points. Then at that point in time, there's a possibility that you can get away with not putting your name. But if you're anywhere under 10 million, under $5 million, you're shooting shots in the dark for the most part. There's fintechs, there's other, certain loan products and lending products that don't have requirements for personal guarantors. That's fine. But really quickly before I close this out, first off, hopefully you understand it's completely dispelled. For the most part, even though there's some really credible and big companies out there promoting this idea, it's nowhere near as easy or as valuable as it's promoted to get business credit exclusively. The next thing that I want to drive home for you is the power of personal guarantor. There's a lot of power in it, and the power comes in control. You literally can it's so much easier to manage your own personal finances, as hard as it is. I get it, but it's so much easier to level out and grow and expand and maintain your personal finances than it will be to try to actually scale that with a business, even if it's a small business. So many other moving parts dictating your ability to have success as a business owner that aren't really there, when it comes to personal development and finances. If you have economic risk, like what we're dealing with right now, where we are in very uncertain times economically, your business is pretty much stuck in its ability to maneuver through those economic times. If you are dealing with systemic risk, political risk, whatever the case may be, your business literally could be chained down by these different turns of events. You as an individual, if the economy goes south, if the industry you're in goes south for a little while or gets cold, whatever the case may be, you literally have the ability to pivot your ability to make money. You can go from a white collar W-2 job, corporate job, down to an Uber driver. And I don't mean down in the descending way, but I mean over to an Uber driver. And long as your income adds up and everything that you're doing is verifiable, you can prove it, you're going to keep sailing in your ability to get access to capital. Lenders are going to look at it, unless you're like buying a house or something. Lenders are not going to look at it and say, oh, well, you went to this industry to that industry. You can't do that with your business necessarily. You can't go from, we're a media company and now all of a sudden we, are a truck driving company. Like you can't do that kind of maneuvering, and continue to maintain and sustain the ebbs and flows of an uncertain economy. There's a lot of control in personal guarantor. You literally have the ability to leverage your oneself as a person, grow your income, grow your credit, build out your personal finances into this, really impressive, immaculate level, get everything verifiable and identifiable for lenders, and you can go and get 3 to 5 times the economic, borrowing power that you would as an individual. And that's all under the control of your ability to go out there, hustle, grind, follow strategic steps to make sure that your personal finances and personal credit are at the best levels and highest levels. You can get access to 6 and even 7 figures of capital by yourself as one individual, just maintaining a solid income and building a strong credit profile. That is absolutely amazing. And you can do so through that by being one entity as a human being, maneuvering through the ebbs and flows of a crazy economy, political shifts, and anything else that comes along. You can continue to go out here and be nimble and still execute when it comes to access to capital. So don't let this business credit craze get you confused. I'm not saying it's completely illegitimate, but for the most part, there's not a lot of teeth to it. You're going to have to put your name behind a majority of quality funding options. And there's good reason for that. You shouldn't even be in the psychology of running from that, because what do you plan to default? Is it your goal to default? Listen, at the end of the day, you should be able to bet on yourself. And there's a lot of power and control behind it. One to bring some clarity as a banker who does this day in and day out in small business, in real estate lending, and also when it comes to, personal banking. All of these different avenues are in my wheelhouse. And I'm telling you for a fact, you are in much more control when you're dealing with yourself as a personal guarantor. And the idea of being able to step right out here after just lining up a handful of accounts and structuring your business a certain way and not having to put your name behind your business is absolutely insane for the most part. To all my pioneers, welcome back. To my new viewers, welcome in. You want to learn more about myself and the channel? I want you to start in the description section and work your way to the about section. I want you to comment down below and let me know what your experience is with this personal credit building. What's your philosophy around this? And let's keep the conversation going. Where are you at with your personal finances and development with getting access to capital on that side? So y'all comment down below. Let me know what you got going on. Other than that, I want y'all to stay focused, stay in motion. I'll see y'all soon.